Previously, the opponent pushes through.
You have violated the etiquette of our duel.
If you teach her the ways of the Jedi, you will be asking her to break her oath to Atris. It would be best not to train her, and let the bloodline die with Telos.
Maybe surviving isn't enough. You need to be strong, or you become one of those people who lose themselves.
This mission will not only be a matter of strategy, but a test of resilience against the pervasive pull of the dark side in the tomb. Visas Ma would be a wise choice to guide the group through it.
Fight ferociously, and if you die, take as many as you can with you.
Basilisk? A basilisk here? Mandalorians are attacking the city!
Looks like they still remember us.
The midst of a civil war, indeed, as royal soldiers stand against the onslaught of Vaklu's forces. The three push their way towards the far end of the square, to one of the captains to learn more about the situation.
I recognize you. You're that off-worlder. Come, we have no time. Vaklu's forces have overrun the sky ramp. The royal palace could fall any minute. We must save the queen.
Your plan seems to have succeeded. Your enemy has indeed revealed himself.
I anticipated the Sith, but those beasts weren't in my battle plan.
Even now, Vaklu is using them to breach the palace. I will not surrender to that usurper. I would die first.
Every man here would give their life to keep that from happening.
There is hope. It is faint but growing stronger. I think my message was received.
Which message? What are you talking about?
An old student is returning. I don't think the Sith are going to know what hit them.
There are 2 force shield checkpoints along this path. Vaklu's forces have held this ramp for over a standard hour. That means they control the checkpoints now. If we can get to the turret tower up ahead, we can deactivate the first barrier.
No doubt the turret tower is sealed well. She should be able to bypass the security on the door, but she will need time. It appears her exercise in stealth has moved up the schedule. She shall also need a good distraction.
The Royalists in the bunker are contained. We deploy as soon as the reinforcements arrive. A Jedi? Here? Men, attack!
Is the Jedi still... We're under attack, men!
Thank you. Vaklu's supporters stormed our position. Beasts. The beasts have gone mad and attack on their command.
With the soldiers in the bunker freed, most of the troops will stay here to protect the checkpoint. With the first barrier taken care of, Surik's forces push on.
This isn't good. One of Vaklu's slicers has control of the security grid. He blew up that power conductor. Their slicer has to be using a palace security terminal. They've already locked down all secondary computer systems on the sky ramp. Until we deal with their slicer in the palace, you can bet that there will be more surprises up ahead.
For a start, they best make friends with the opposite wall. Just up ahead lies the second force field checkpoint.
We've taken the palace. How much longer must I wait for Talia's blood?
The beast's progress is remarkable, but it will take time, General. The throne room's force shields are far stronger than normal shields.
Our plans go well, Tobin, but we are still vulnerable until she is dead. Even now, it could all unravel. Redouble your efforts. There is disturbing news from the city.
As you command, General.
She's still alive! Run! Run!
Finally, someone is getting the right idea.
Hold the line. Those cowards will be dealt with.
Surik had noticed the presence of Boma beasts through the Skyram climb. Reports said they were behaving erratically, but these beasts are not. With the final obstacle on the Skyram defeated, they may set foot into the royal palace.
We've made it to the palace. General Vaklu's troops haven't been here too long. Hopefully we still have time to save the Queen. Straight ahead is the throne room.
Shut the outer door, now!
I'm impressed you made it this far, but you're too late. Soon the Queen will be dead, and General Vaklu will be the new king. This is no ordinary door between us. The same material is used for the hull of capital-class vessels. I'm afraid you will find it quite impregnable.
Any door can be opened. This is not yet over.
I'm afraid it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, we have one last barrier to take care of.
They must press on to reach the captain of the guard. Vaklu's forces seem to have occupied key choke points in the area. Combat wastes precious time. The control room is on the far end of the area. Time is of the essence. While her allies battle the enemy, Surik presses on.
I don't know how you made it, but well done. Come in quickly before more Sith or Vaklu troops arrive.
So, you're the Jedi, eh? We desperately need someone like you. I'm Queen Talia's captain of the guard. You can call me Captain Kadron, but we've got little time for more than introductions. We've managed to hold this part of the palace, but Vaklu's forces control the rest. We need to get to the Queen before that flaming Drexel breaks through the inner door.
Of course. Whatever the Sith are doing on Dxun is somehow affecting the beasts on Onderon, including the Drexel.
We really need to talk, but Kadron and I are coordinating the defense of the war. I know Captain Kadron needs someone to handle a dangerous assignment.
Presumably a way to unseal the throne room door.
The primary security console is on the other side of the palace. There's an expert slicer over there who's been hampering our every move. We need to transfer all primary functions to our terminal here. After that, we'll control security again, and can get to General Vaklu before he gets to the Queen. Feel free to take anything from the armory lockers in the next room. This is no time for niceties.
The defense of Isis requires my full attention. We'll talk when all of this is over. Until then, may the Force be with you.
Just in time, this wing falls under their control. But the remaining part of the palace is controlled by Vaklu's forces. Precious time will be wasted attempting to clear them all, as the Queen's chances diminish by the second. Surik's allies do their best to keep the enemy focused on them, while she attempts to reach the primary security console. She worries the beasts may sense her presence, but there is no need to suppress their thoughts, for they already are in a dormant state. Even if they save the Queen, it may not be enough to save Onderon from the onslaught of beasts the Sith could unleash. The expedition on Dxun must succeed, otherwise their efforts here won't make much difference. She can only hope her allies are making progress with their task, and focus on her own. As she suspected, the slicer is well defended. Now to deal with the slicer.
The
Jedi arrives.
Kif is the slicer. He supports Vaklu, but he helped her clear Dagon Gent.
Incidentally, perhaps. I just answered a heavily armed Jedi truthfully and aided her. I waived payment, I might add. I have no interest in politics. My relationship with Vaklu is based solely on its material advantages.
That attitude will get him killed.
But not now, right? The credits were good, and Talia has been declared guilty of treason, so I was getting paid and being patriotic. What could be wrong with that? But I can now see the error of my ways. I should go right now and contemplate the depth of my mistake. I am counting on the vaunted Jedi compassion and regard for all life forms.
He'd do better counting the corpses in this room.
I meant no malice. Just a misunderstanding, really. I am done working for Vaklu, I swear. I just want to survive.
Then he can use his skills to aid the Royalists.
Of course. And as before, the service is free of charge.
Seems you made a habit out of cleaning up our messes. Don't suppose you could help a fellow out here? If you ever been in one of these, you know they aren't too comfortable.
I'd be more than happy to.
Thank you. Now that you've got me out, you need to get the primary security console's override code.
Already done.
You don't waste a minute. Captain Kadron will open the doors to Vaklu and Tobin any moment then.
Captain Riken will stay here and ensure Kif doesn't abuse his skills again.
I wouldn't dare. I already received Vaklu's payment.
Of course he has. Surik will head to the throne room immediately.
With you on our side, I think we may have a chance in this war after all.
Will you just die already? You will go no further than this. You're too late. Our pet beast is about to breach the force field to the throne room. The Queen will be dead in moments.
There's something.
Watch out! I've lost control of the beast!
Ignore the beast. Into the throne room. The Queen must die. Oh, blast it all!
Your time is at an end, Talia. Your people have abandoned you, and now your life is forfeit.
You would destroy everything just for your ambition, Vaklu. The Republic, ISIS, everything.
Damn you! Your skill with the blade won't save you from my men. Goodbye, Talia. Fire! The Jedi lives? But how? You've won this battle, Talia. But your reign won't be an easy one. The Republic is a sinking ship, and you're too attached to it.
He's too dangerous to leave alive. As distasteful as it is, it might be best to silence him forever. Until he's dead, all of Onderon is in peril.
Even if Surik agrees, this is not her choice to make.
So what will it be, Your Majesty? Send me to your best detention cell. I will be free within the week, and vengeance will be mine.
Are you so sure of my decision, Vaklu? I appreciate the Jedi's counsel, but as monarch, I decree you are guilty of treason. The punishment is death, to be carried out immediately. Captain Kadron?
Talia, you can't. You're too weak. What about my trial?
I have thought about it. Either alternative is filled with evil, but I must think of my people first. Vaklu, you said you wanted a trial. Your whole life has been a trial, Vaklu, but it's over now. You are right. We can't detain you. Too many people are still loyal to you. You've left me no real option.
Men, ready blasters. Aim!
But you can't. This can't be.
Fire!
What is done is done. I don't think the service you have given us can ever be repaid. The fighting must be stopped. I will be back shortly to try and repay you. The crisis is over thanks to you and Master Kavar. I believe he'd like to speak to you, if you'll excuse me.
This window of time provides an opportunity for Surik to finally talk to Kavar about the past and the future.
The Force works in mysterious ways, it seems. There are times I'm not convinced it doesn't have a sense of humor. We spend all this time looking for you, and you came to us. I thought you might return to Onderon. Looks like just in time. I told the other masters that our only chance to figure out what was happening to us was to find you, and try to understand what happened to you. You were our last hope. I believe you are the key to this whole war, but we couldn't call you back from exile, because we didn't know where you'd gone.
Whatever they need her for has to do with what they sensed in the council chamber. Like the others, Surik suspects he would not reveal much until the council reunites.
So you heard what we said. These questions I cannot answer. This is something the council must answer, not I. You must understand. This is hard for me, especially after all you've done, but it is necessary. Did you know that when I was training you, I considered making you my Padawan? I didn't. The demands of the Jedi Council were too great, but I considered you a friend. I even tried to convince you to become a Jedi Guardian. We could have used someone like you. So the decision that had to be made was not easy. But I cannot say anything more. But now the Sith have revealed themselves. That means the remaining Jedi will gather on Dantooine. From there, we can counterattack.
What made the Sith show themselves on Onderon and aid Vaklu's forces?
They wanted to aid General Vaklu in breaking away from the Republic. If Onderon became independent, this place would be an excellent staging ground for them. But I fear it was more than that the consequences of Onderon's fall would have greater implications for the galaxy.
She knows the death of all Jedi is what drives the Sith. Perhaps they hoped the Jedi would come to Onderon's rescue, as Kavar and Surik had, so they could be eliminated. If so, the plan failed. Now they may gather on Dantooine.
Any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist.
She feels uneasy about it, but the Jedi must unite to fight back. They are powerless if they are divided. They shall speak more of the past and bring the truth to light once they gather. In the meantime, she shares what progress she made in re-establishing her connection to the Force and the aid of the other masters she received.
I'm glad to see that it is once again your ally. When I first sparred with you during your training as a Padawan, I could tell that you were different. And it wasn't just your strong connection to the Force.
Being a Jedi Guardian, Master Kavar excels in lightsaber combat. She has begun practicing the base lightsaber forms on the Hawk, but a quick refresher course would be welcome, and she would be open to learning something new.
There is something I would like to teach you. It is a technique which, I believe, will aid you in the trials ahead. Many of the lightsaber forms you've already learned will bolster your abilities in one area, while leaving you vulnerable in others. For superior balance, use the Niman form. It will provide a decent defense versus enemy force powers and blaster fire.
It will be some time before Queen Talia returns. As Surik's allies patiently wait, she wishes to practice the Niman form and is eager to engage Kavar in some additional combat training.
Ah, the wound is not a mortal one, though it has been some time since I exercised my healing powers. There is a shred of life within you still. A gift from your master, no doubt. Awaken, Colonel Tobin. Your part in this is not over. Colonel Tobin, I am with Vaklu. The war has gone against him. He sent me to rescue you, to tell you you must make haste off-planet. The Jedi have struck. They had a secret academy buried on Telos, and they are showing themselves at last. We are all in danger.
What? But the Jedi are gone. They have all but vanished.
So we all thought, but they have hidden themselves on Telos.
Out of my way, old woman. This war can still be won, and Onderon can be freed.
Indeed. This war is far from over.
As they await the Queen's return, Surik's training proceeds well, with much of her forgotten knowledge and reflexes returning to her.
Excellent. I'm impressed with how quickly you've mastered this form. I always knew you were gifted.
Most thankful, Surik shall be able to further perfect her lightsaber techniques, including the Niman form. The knowledge will serve her well. One planet remains to visit, and one master to be found.
We resolved to meet again on Dantooine, but only when the threat revealed itself. Unfortunately, I happened to be here when it struck. Now that we've stabilized Onderon, I can join the others on Dantooine. Our paths will cross again. May the Force be with you.
I'm sorry to keep you here. I needed to thank you personally for all of your help. Onderon owes both you and Master Kavar a debt that can never truly be repaid. Battles still wage in our streets, but by morning the conflict should be over. I recognize you must leave soon, but please, take this. These relics are from the Royal Museum. Generations ago, some members of the royal family had a connection to the Force. They weren't all too different from what we face today. I know little of the Force, but I hope you can put my family's relics to good use.
Crystals, lightsaber components, and robes. Quite the treasures indeed. Surik is most grateful.
Captain Bostuka has made arrangements for a shuttle to take you to your ship. I fear it will be quite some time before you can come back. The war was brief but destructive. I will focus all of my energy on rebuilding Isis. Thank you again. I must go.
If you will follow me, I will take you to your shuttle.
The three slowly make their way back towards the Mandalorian ruins on Dxun. Given the outcome on Onderon, and the beasts no longer a problem, the Dxun expedition was a success. She remains hopeful everyone made it back safely, both in body and spirit.
It's good to see you've returned safely. What happened on Onderon?
The political situation on Onderon has stabilized. Onderon will now remain within the Republic.
Good news travels fast, especially with Goto's connections.
I hope that Onderon's new unity of leadership will ensure their continued cooperation with the Republic.
You have done well, and the stability you have caused shall be rewarded. I have arranged a transfer of funds from certain interests within the Republic to you.
She always did say Goto was the best person to do business with, although she cannot guarantee the future of Onderon.
There is nothing more to be done. Events will now take their course.
She was hoping he would say something more reassuring.
I have no wish to. I enjoy watching you squirm. I have, however, observed that you perform beyond expectations when subjected to extreme stress and pressure.
Was that a compliment?
I don't give compliments. I provide observations. Even if it was a compliment, I will never admit it.
A sense of relief washes over her as she spots all three members of the expedition safely returned from their mission.
Hey, the gang's back together.
I sense the conflict on Onderon even from this dense jungle. Did everything go as you planned?
Thankfully, the conflict has been resolved, and it is time to depart Dxun. Surik will share all the details of her experiences on Onderon, but first eagerly listens as the three recount the details surrounding their journey to the Sith tomb. As it turns out, Meetra was indeed a wise choice, as there were many sensors and traps that may have revealed their approach. Her skill in stealth and demolitions enabled them to bypass traps and separate enemies, making them easier to handle. As they reached the Sith tomb, the shroud of the dark side grew stronger by the second, quickly testing their resolve, one of them in particular.
Something feels wrong here. Even I can sense the dark side here.
I've never felt anything like it. If the mission weren't so urgent, I'd recommend we avoid this area completely.
We need just one more moment. We're almost through. Failure, Captain, will not be tolerated.
As you command, my lord.
The source of the power of this place is behind that door. I have never felt so much energy.
Must be something important. I don't suppose I could talk you out of getting in there.
With time, they managed to find a way to unseal it from different locations within the tomb, in several instances having to deal with Sith troops, beasts, and even Sith apprentices.
Let's see what you got. Let's level the playing field. Don't wait up for me.
Once the door was unsealed, they fought their way to the ritual chamber.
You're too late. Our pet beast is about to breach the force field to the throne room. The Queen will be dead in moments.
Break the ritual now.
Watch out! I've lost control of the beast!
You're too late. We have done what needed to be done. Soon, Onderon shall fall, and with it, the Republic shall die. But what is this? Of course, the Force has guided you here. It echoes within you, yet I sense it is untrained.
Why are you telling me this?
With the dark side, there is no knowledge forbidden, no restraints. Here is where you will take your first steps on the path to your destiny. You have within you the potential to wield the Force.
Even if I believed you...
You can see it. You can feel it around you. There are no limits to what you could achieve. Join us. Let the walls around your emotions fall. Let passion fuel your power.
I do not fear you. There is a chance of redemption within all of us, and there is no point at which the dark side completely claims one, no matter what their choices.
So you seek to save me? From what? The Jedi preach calm and serenity while wallowing in weakness and hypocrisy. What lies has your master spread?
No, it is what I believe. If that is what you believe, then what I say does not matter.
Instead of freedom and power, you have chosen death. A shame. Instead of freedom and power, you have chosen death. So be it. What?
Although they did not stop the Sith ritual before the throne room was breached, they severed the link to Onderon's beasts and eliminated the grave threat they represented. The threat of Freedon Nadd's tomb is halted until his legacy is stirred once more. The tomb's influence is strong, a place where the dark side dominates. Facing it as they had has undoubtedly provided much to think about.
Yeah, I guess I feel like I learned something about why we're doing this, about what we're fighting, and why we're fighting. I also learned some things about myself I didn't know before. It surprised me. I learned why you act the way you do, and I learned that maybe I can have that kind of strength too.
Meetra persevered in the darkness of the Sith tomb, as Surik knew she would. She'd always had that strength within her, long before they met.
Yeah, I guess I did. It's just that I never felt like I really knew that before, until you showed me.
And she's not the only one.
The more I travel with you, the more questions I have. Dxun answered many of those questions. I learned more of myself and the conviction that brings. And I wish to thank you for sparing me when we first met, so that I might learn such things.
Unexpected, but indeed good to hear. The handmaiden of Atris also appears changed. Hopefully not for the worse.
I feel more at peace, yes. The battle there was difficult, but I think I understand such a trial was necessary. And I learned something of myself there. Something I did not know before. Perhaps I shall speak of it another time, but not now.
Surik looks forward to hearing it, but time for reflection is needed first. Beodur was another member she worried about. He spent quite a bit of time amongst the Mandalorians, aiding them at the camp during the 2 missions. No doubt thoughts of the past emerged.
It was difficult, but I guess I've come to understand something about myself, the importance of mastering my anger. I feel a sense of peace.
The mists are beginning to part then. If he is open to it, Surik could show him the way she focuses her mind, meditates when working with machines. After departing the royal palace, she has come into possession of some new components to work with. They can see where they go from there.
All right. I'm glad I found you again, General. Under your guidance, I feel like I could overcome my anger.